A whole new era of Harley-Davidson has arrived. Let's go check out the new bikes. Before we dive right in, I got a confession to make. I really thought I was going to be making a hate video about Harley-Davidson. But after spending just a little time with those new bikes, I gotta give the motor company some credit. I'm blown away. And let me just show you why. Starting with the new Street Glide and Road Glide models, right off the bat you will notice they received the new body style and fairings, which also means new radio and controls. But we'll get into that in just a little bit. Before I start listing all the details that have changed, because there's a lot, let me start with the biggest difference. The starting MSRP is $25,999. Now if we compare to 2023, MSRP of Street and Road Glide Standard was $21,999. So that's a $4,000 increase. However, let's look at the 2023 Street and Road Glide Special with an MSRP of $27,999. Comparing that, we are now $2,000 cheaper. And let's face it, not many people bought the standards. I do have one more number to look at. MSRP of the 2023 Street and Road Glide ST at $29,999, being a $4,000 decrease. Now I know what you're thinking. Aren't these three different motorcycles? Not anymore. 2024 offers only one option, and that is simply the Street and Road Glide. But I think you're going to find that the 2024 models steal features from all three of the previous options. Obviously the biggest change is the whole new body style. Both the shark nose and the batwing fairing have been redesigned, along with larger saddlebags and different body lines from front to rear. But we have seen this already in the mid-year release of the 2023 CVO, so we're not going to go into crazy detail on the styling. But one of the largest takeaways for me from the new body style is the weight reduction of between 16 and 18 pounds depending on the model, and that's always a plus. The first wow factor for me is the power plant. 2024 Street and Road Glide now come from the factory with a 117 cubic inch Milwaukee 8. Remember how we said earlier that there was a $4,000 decrease from the ST models to the 2024s? Well, buckle up ST guys, because I think you just got handed the short stick. Not only do they come with the 117, but they now all have liquid-cooled heads. And those liquid-cooled heads have been redesigned, leading to a 3% increase in horsepower and a 4% increase in torque. Now maybe some of you ST guys paid an extra $4,000 for the bronze wheels. If that is the case, well, you made the right choice, because bronze is no longer an option. But if that's not the case, moving along, let's talk about them wheels. The all-new contrast cut wheels don't look too bad, and you can really see where the new models start molding together all the previous options into one new platform. To me, these wheels blend accents from the previous standards and specials that come together in a sharper yet not overwhelming design. Probably not my favorite set of wheels, but not something I would be embarrassed to roll around on. Now, next up is suspension. This is where Street and Road Glide deviate from CVO. Unlike the mid-year release CVOs, we do not have inverted front forks. However, the rear suspension has been upgraded from 2 inches of travel to 3 inches, or a 50% increase in travel. Suspension has never been a Harley-Davidson strong suit, but I'm glad to see improvements in that department. Now, before we get into what I think is the most interesting change, I want to cover all the smaller details that I spotted. The front fenders have changed. We're now rocking the ST style front fender. I thought this was significant, seeing how we've had the same front fender for like ever. The adjustable center vent is back with the new fairings after taking a brief hiatus the past few years. The big old crash bar design is now out the window and has been replaced with what I believe used to be called mustache bars. This really matches the overall sportier look of the bikes. The fuel cap no longer exists, with the fuel door and the cap now integrated into one piece, and I'm still not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. We now have new grips on both models. Although they look much better, they did feel a little cheap to me, but let's face it, nobody keeps stock handlebars or grips anyway. One thing I'm sure everybody will be glad to have is an adjustable brake lever. Welcome to the 21st century, Harley-Davidson. Oh wait, metric bikes have been doing that since the 80s? Oh, okay. Oh, we don't have an adjustable clutch lever, just the brake? Well, it's a start, I guess. And then of course there is the all-new infotainment system. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know enough about it to give you a real opinion yet. I did ride a mid-year release CVO for 10 or 15 miles, and my big takeaways from that was significant increase in quality in the display with easy to see features. The ugly for me, however, was the new control layout. We actually counted a 2023 Street Glide that had the RDRS system. The 2023s have 17 pushable button functions, while the 2024s now have 27 functions. Personally, I think that's a bit overwhelming for a motorcycle, but I'm sure once you have them memorized, it isn't as bad as it seems. I do fear that the new options and menus will be taking your eyes off of the road just a little bit more often than the previous models did. So if any of you have read the new booklet that came out with the new bikes, you might have found something interesting in the back. This is where we start putting all the pieces together. We discover what Harley-Davidson's marketing team means by a whole new era. Obviously, we have been talking about price points and how the new Street and Road Glide pulls from each of the previous options to bring a whole new experience. But from what it looks like, a whole new era isn't just referring to bikes sitting in the dealership. The motor company is now offering packages. In previous years, you might pay more for something like ABS or the RDRS system, but those are standard now. These packages are different options you could buy for your bike that are sounding like an over-the-counter accessory package rather than a factory option. Now, factory options still exist when it comes to color and finish. With the base color now being billiard gray, getting yourself any other color option will be an increase in price. And that also goes for the black trim finish as well. In the past, if you wanted chrome, you bought a standard, and if you wanted black, you bought a special. But now you can mix and match with, of course, a price increase depending on your taste. Diving into the packages, some of which may sound familiar, first is the long haul package, which comes with a detachable tour pack, the sundowner seat, mid-frame air deflectors, a heel shifter, passenger floorboards instead of factory pegs, and the vehicle hold control option. Now, aside from a few other features, this package sounds like it takes your $26,000 bike and pretty much turns it into an Ultra or a Limited. Of course, this isn't free, but I am interested in seeing what the price difference really is. If you don't already know, the 2024 Ultras and Limiteds are basically copy-paste of the 2023 body style with no real changes, and this leaves me wondering, with the new package options like the long haul, will there be a full dresser bike available for 2025? The second package is the Day Tripper, which isn't that appetizing, only really coming with a sissy bar, a heel shifter, and mid-frame air deflectors. But if those are accessories you're looking to put on your bike, now you could just buy them all at once, which is pretty nice. Third, we have the Special Package, which comes with a low pro seat, the Adversary engine trim accessories, a Screaming Eagle air cleaner, and a Pro Street tuner. Just in case you don't remember, none of these things came with any previous year specials. This sounds like almost all the things anybody would be buying with a new bike anyway, and therefore this might just be a power move by Harley-Davidson, offering it at hopefully a slightly cheaper altogether package. And the last package is the ST. If there are any ST guys left from my bad news earlier in the video, I'm really gonna rain on your parade now. The ST package comes with the switchback seat, switchback engine trim accessories. That also includes a set of performance floorboards that I really like myself. Plus, it comes with a Screaming Eagle heavy breather and a Pro Street tuner, which yet again, all of these extras did not come on the previous ST models. And this is another package that I believe is gonna fly off the shelves. What really defines this new era to me is all the options you have from day one at a lower price point. With the new package system, you can now turn any color bike into an ST or even a full dresser. And you don't have to make that decision before you buy the bike. Hell, you could even change your mind and try a different package. I know a lot of people don't like change, and I'm not a fan of it myself, but I am rooting for the motor company. And I think some of the decisions they have made, along with bringing the overall design of the baggers into the 21st century, will bring new customers into the brand and maybe re-energize some of the current customers. Now, I'm not running out to buy a new motorcycle, and honestly, I have a lot of sentimental value in my bikes. But if I was just getting into the motorcycle world, I think Harley-Davidson just made a power move here. And if sentimental value isn't important to you, and you're thinking about trading up, I say do it. These new bikes look like a ton of fun, and the modern features just can't touch some of the older designs. Especially when you consider that the MSRP of my 2018 Street Glide Special is the same price as one of the new models. It just sounds like an overall win. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm being very positive and I must have some negative comments. And I do, but only two. The inner fairings are not a gloss color, which does make them look a little cheap. And don't even get me started on the floorboards. They literally went as far to change the grips, yet we still have the same exact floorboards. It might just be me, but I don't think they look right on the new body design. Other than that, I like the new bikes, but it did take a few hours of staring at them in person for me to come around. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Get out to a dealer and have a look for yourself, and then come back here and let me know what you think down below. I have so much to say about the new CVO ST that I'm saving that for its own video. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you could get my opinion on the CVO ST. And in just a few weeks here, we're gonna be breaking out of this garage and I'm taking you guys on some real adventures. Until then, go buy a new bike and I'll see you guys out on the road.